Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a possible PRZ trade. So on our PRZ chart, we've got the high of the range up here at 1234.9, and we're starting to get a little bit closer to it. So what I really want to see is for price to come up to the PRZ, give it a test, maybe move a little bit past it, and then on our entry time frame, give us a reversal bar for a signal to scalp a little bit to the downside to our overall target down here at 1233.2. That's going to be the primary target. Just as usual, I will be looking to take one off at plus 5, plus 10, the standard stuff. But the overall target's going to be at 1233.2. So on the entry chart, I want to lock up 1233.2 just so I know it ahead of time. That way we're not scrambling around trying to figure out where everything is supposed to be. So 1233.2, that's good. And then let's bump that size up just a little bit just so it's hard to miss. Perfect. So now what we're doing is we're just waiting for price to come up and test 1234.9. And what we'll do is we'll mark that one up as well. 1234.9. We'll do that in a salmon just so we know it's to sell. So 1234.9 is where we're looking to sell, and actually we just tested it. So now I'm looking for a reversal bar. From here down, if we get a reversal bar, we're looking at 1234.1. Actually, I just moved a little bit higher. 1234.3 is going to be our entry short, so looking at a stop limit for contracts if we go lower from here. Now, that's the one nice thing about this indicator. You can see right here it's plotting exactly where these candles are going to close. So 34.4 is going to be the low of the candle. It's got to move one tick past that. Let's bump that up now again to 34.5. And 34.5 now is going to be our entry short because the candle closes at 0.6, meaning it has to go one tick past for it to plot the next candle. So my entry is going to be right at 34.5. My stop is going to go right at 35.5, one tick above. So only 10 ticks of risk here. And then we're looking at an overall target down here at 1233.2 for our final target, or our T3. So now we just have to wait for this order to trigger in, and then we should be good to go to the downside. And then we'll hopefully get a couple targets off. So we'll be back in a little bit once we get triggered in, and we'll see how we do. All right, guys, we're back. We just got triggered in short. Need to bump our third target up here at 1233.2, and our stop is actually right where it needs to be, so that worked out perfectly. So now we've got a reversal bar. We've got our entry triggered in short at 1234.5, 34.5, yeah, with 4 contracts short, looking at the first target at 34 even for 5 ticks, 33.5 for 10 ticks, and then looking at an overall final target down at the PRZ final completion of 13 ticks. So what we'll do is we'll give this trade a little bit of time to work out. We are in a 5 JJ bar right now, and these can take a little bit of time to move around, especially at only 8:53 in the morning. So sometimes these can take a little bit of time to go, but what we'll do is we'll come back with the final results, or at least once we've gotten the first couple targets filled, and then we'll see how we do from there. All right, guys, we're back. We just got our final target, or not our final target, but our second to the last. We've got one contract left to run, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump my stop down. I want to lock in some of this profit. Because this is more of a short-term scalp, I don't want really anything against my trade. And what I mean by that is I don't want to see a reversal bar. That's the big thing in this. If you see a reversal bar, it's essentially giving you a huge heads up that this trade is now going to continue higher. We've gotten really close to the target down. We've moved as low as 33.4, but we still have yet to fill it. We have locked in the plus 5, 2 contracts at plus 5, so we've gotten 10, or plus 10, so we've got 20 ticks so far, and now we've locked in 1 extra tick on our stop. So if we get stopped out, we'll have 21 ticks on the trade, $210. Not bad at all. Now, I do have the stop. You'll notice that the candle will reverse at 34.3, so my stop is sitting 1 tick above that at 34.4. And that'll get us knocked out at a reversal bar if we don't go lower to fill our targets. So now we're just waiting to see this price action either push down into our final target or bounce higher and get us stopped out. So we'll see how this trade ends up working out. It's looking like it's getting a little choppy down here. It's having a hard time moving lower. A lot of the times what you'll see is with a bounce off these PRZ trades, you'll see, a move down or an initial rejection, and then a little bit of a bump higher, sometimes even a little bit higher than that, usually like a second test kind of thing, and then you'll get a bump back down. It's just a sign of accumulation. A lot of sellers are starting to pile in at those levels and trying to dump those contracts short, and whenever they get another chance, especially a second move higher like that, they usually add quite a few more that'll get that stronger push lower. So overall, we're still waiting for our final target at 33.2, and the stop sitting at 34.4 for +1 tick locked in. So we'll come back with the final results. And we didn't have to go away for long. I actually just hit the pause button on the recording, and then it popped right back up and stopped us out. So overall, really nice trade. Got stopped out at break even +1 with that trailing stop. Got our first +5, 2 contracts there for 10, and then the second contract off, or rather the third contract off at another +10. So we locked in 21 ticks or $210. So really, really nice trade. Perfect example of a slingshot pattern right off of the PRZ. So couldn't ask for a whole lot more than that. If you guys have any other questions about the PRZ trade or the trade of the day, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. We'll be sure to get back to you as soon as we can. Have a good one. Bye.